I've been writing these last couple weeks. I realized I've just been writing my fucking memoir. And my last name's Cumming, so I might title it like my Cumdawg or the Cum Files. I'm not quite sure. So, this is my first Cum File. It's called Gramps. I thought I grew up in a normal family until I started taking stand-up classes. But it turns out I didn't. I love my family. We're a high-functioning, dysfunctional family. I'm pretty tight with like most of my cousins. Sure, like we're from Welland, so cousin fucking isn't out of the norm. We're a lips, not dicks family. We're pretty fucked up, but we're not that fucked. My Gramps ranked me as the oldest, largest, and 13th smartest out of 12 grandkids on my mom's side. Wildwill, as he was known, he had the stature of a man 6'8" in a frame of 5'7" and 155 pounds. He was also a self-declared 5-star general in the armed forces. He had a cane with a duck head handle that he would use for quacking your knuckles. He was also a self-declared 5th degree black belt in one of the pajama sports, karate or tai chi. But he wasn't a general, he was a private that peeled potatoes in Gander, Newfoundland, because that's where all the dangerous icebergs were. But he wasn't a general, he was a... Oh, I said that one already. He learned karate from Sensei Jose, poolside in Texas, at happy hour. Gramps was the maker of men. He loved nothing more than discipline. He loved rules, discipline, and a well-trained child or dog. He was a ornery old bastard. Ornery old bastard, yeah. Gramps, not the dog. He had a nice tight perm and a porno mustache. Gramps came from a different era when shorts were short and socks were long. Sorry. Oh yeah, sometimes I think he even liked us, but he didn't. He loved us, like a drill sergeant loves new recruits. His only joys in life were his shoddy woodworking, his Toyota Camry, and breaking his grandson's spirits. Our training started young, when we spent weeks with our grandparents growing up, and on arrival, you were given your week's rations. One towel that was to be hung to dry, a pair of work gloves for all the child labor we were lucky enough to do, and one drinking glass for any beverages you desired. You desired tap water or a warm tonic water. That's what a kid fucking wants. This was our vacation in a trailer park, and it started at our day started at 6 a.m. Not because we had something to do or somewhere to be. Gramps was just a dick. 6 a.m. was a perfect time for morning calisthenics and an hour hike to earn your breakfast privilege. Breakfast was a Mexican omelet. That's a scrambled egg with chopped onions and peppers placed inside a Ziploc bag and put it in the boiling water until it's done. It was done when the plastic was melty. I don't know what made it Mexican, the peppers or the Ziploc bag. My cousin Tyler always got the worst of Gramps. One day he slept until 7 a.m. and was wasting the day away. So Will filled a glass of ice water and aggressively dumped it in his face. It didn't even faze Will that the ice froze into a block before it smashed into Tyler's face, giving him a bloody lip and some ice for the swelling at the same time. If you snooze, you're gonna lose some teeth. The boot camp never ended. We would go away with our Gramps and we'd rent cottages as far away as we can, just so we could have a peaceful weekend. But Tyler would sleep in his truck as far away as he can, so Gramps couldn't get him. But Will, 7 a.m. would be searching for him. And he'd wake him up to remind him how useless of a man he was. Tyler was 39 with a wife and 2 kids. The only time I remember Gramps with a big smile and a twinkle in his eye was when he was calling us cocksuckers. He loved calling us cocksuckers. We had to be tough. It was bred into us. It was his goal to have us ready for war or Welland. When my uncles would fight as teens, he would make them put on boxing gloves and tie a 6-foot rope around their waist so they couldn't get away. And stand toe to toe and fight. Yeah. So then, me and my cousins, we joined karate because Gramps was our sensei. It was awesome. I was 10 years old, doing knuckle push-ups on a musty Legion floor. Gramps taught us how to punch loud, kick swiftly, and cry on the inside. Sort of like I'm doing now. Then I would have to fight my cousins in Gramps' Twisted Underage Fight Club. And sometimes we'd fight the other Legion members, or other clubs like the Lions Club, the Rotary Club, or the local Girl Guides. They were Welland Girl Guides. They smoked and kicked their asses until we got cookies. What I do to get my hands on one of their little boxes of thin-mint cookies. Some of my favorite memories growing up were when my cousins and I would gather on the front yard and fight. There'd be ear twisting, pinching, and punching. But Gramps fought dirty. He wasn't above choking out a 10-year-old child. Will had a couple of home remedies. His theory was if it's good for the outside, it's got to be better inside. So if you swore as a kid, you'd get Irish Spring soap rubbed on the back of your teeth to clean out your mouth. It wasn't even the Mountain Fresh flavor that was the worst. It was the pubes in your teeth. Whenever one of my mom's siblings would get sick, Will would line them up and administer a cod liver oil pill and a finger glove of Vicks Vapor Rub on their tongue. Have you ever read it? Like the label on Vicks? It says "Do not ingest" right on it. It's like menthol Vaseline. Don't even get me started on muscle pain. He told me the A in A535 stood for ass. And on the label it said fast acting, deep penetrating relief. So it sounded about right. Till I was donut dipping in an ice bath. I think Gramps rewired my brain. Growing up, we beat the shit out of each other. Our parents would just yell at us, but not Gramps. He would make us stand toe to toe and kiss on the lips. Kiss and make up, he'd say. So I've kissed a lot of cousins. You can definitely call me a cousin fucker. Kisser. A cousin kisser. We come from a very kissy family. And kissing sort of stayed with me through life. Like if any of you have been kicked out of a hockey game for kissing another man, like you could punch a fucking guy, but God forbid you kiss a man in combat. You know what scares a man more than a punch in the teeth? These luscious lips. I worked every time. I kissed a lot of bouncers and aggressive Italian men for some reason. But there's nothing better than being on your knees with a man screaming in your face in the middle of a football game, all hot and sweaty in those nut-hugging tights, and blowing a man a kiss. Blowing a man a kiss. But Gramps got us ready for the awkwardness of life, and I've come to enjoy the uncomfortable situations. He was the grandfather we needed to survive Welland. He taught us morals. He was never oral. Respect. You can sleep when you die. Don't get mad, get even. And the best way to win a fight is with a kiss on the dick. Lips. Lips. The best way to end a fight is with a dick on the lips. Kiss. It's a lips, not dicks. Lips, not dicks. Thanks.